that's a better intro.
I like it.
That's the live intro when we do lives during the day, not on Thursday.
Hi, folks.
Hi, everybody. This is Don from Thevlogofmanythings. With me is Erik Tenkar and Tom Verl from Tabletop Tap Room down below.
Hello.
Hello. This is sort of a.
Glenn didn't get that. Glenn didn't hear me, did he?
No.
I didn't hear you. No.
I said Erik Tenkar's on the video with me, along with Tom from Tabletop Tap Room.
Might as well.
You went right over your head.
That's because I didn't hear it.
Oh, hold on, Glenn. You got to turn your camera off and drop out, and then drop back in and drop out. Sorry, it's an inside joke, folks. It's an inside joke.
It's a joke. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to sign out, kick the squirrels in the butt a little bit, and then sign back in.
Yeah,
and by the way,
it's like early Thaco's Hammer when Bad Mike tried to go on.
Yes. And by the way, just to let people know, the individual commenting in the live stream called Scale Forge is not confused. It is evening where he is at.
Other side of the pond, maybe, or other side of the world.
Well, that's one of the reasons we do these daytime ones. So you guys,
So Brooklyn, welcome. Chopo, welcome. We have a few other people. We got 12 people watching right now. Say hello in the chat. Let us know who you are. Matt, how you doing? Oh boy, lots of things. Not lots of things, but there's a few things to chat about. Let me
get the maintenance stuff out of the way first. Buy my book, sign up for my GoFundMe, and now we can go ahead.
Okay.
I did my diligence.
Chad. So basically, WotC, aka Hasbro, is being supposedly sued by their shareholders. And I think that their shareholders don't have. I know I'm sounding like I'm sticking up for WotC, and I am kind of sticking up for WotC because they're basically being sued by shareholders with an allegation through Magic the Gathering that because of WotC's aggressive release schedule of Magic the Gathering product, they are undermining the value of the product.
Oh yeah, I forgot all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuse blower. I know, Mr. Goats.
What's her name? Dungeons and Discourse do a video on that. And it's like, what?
Well, I got a little background on this morning. I kind of read a little bit and was doing my due diligence. And what I was actually on the phone with my attorney, Eric knows about this, on a different matter, kind of getting some research. And I mentioned this to her, and she laughed. And she said that although people suing companies, shareholders suing companies is actually quite common, believe it or not. But to sue because your company is putting out too much product releases is going to be a real tough one to sell to the federal courts.
Yeah.
Eric,
you want to make too much money?
Yes, I'm okay.
So basically, just a real quick background on this. What happened is for those of you who play Magic the Gathering, you notice this. For those of you like me who don't play Magic the Gathering, you probably haven't. But what Hasbro's been doing is they've had what could be classified as a very aggressive release schedule with new releases, new product, and everything. And what has happened is that the secondary Magic market has suffered because of these card values are not going up like they normally would, and it's ticking people off because, most people don't play Magic because they're having fun with it anymore. They're doing it because they invest in it.
Right.
Sort of like Pops figures and see where that got you. So basically that's what's going on here. And they're doing like breach of contract. They're doing, unjust enrichment and all these other claims, which is, by the way, not anything normal. That's standard. I'm going to sue somebody corporate. That's what they allege usually in most lawsuits. So Eric, Glenn, what are your takes on this whole thing? Have you done any? I know Magic isn't your thing, Glenn. And
I believe it or not, I've been in Magic a couple of times. I think I got out the right times. And my second wife had a daughter, and I got back into Magic to teach her how to play Magic. She loved it. In fact, I found out that I'm a great Magic teacher, but I suck as a player.
Yes.
But here's an anecdote. This reminds me of Hanna-Barbera. You know how it reminds me of Hanna-Barbera? Back in the day.
By the way, real quick, for those of you who are not 9,000 years old, like the three of us here on the screen, Hanna-Barbera was a major TV producer
cartoons.
of cartoons. Yes.
I mean, okay, fine. Got that out of the way. But anyway, back in the day, in the 60s and 70s, they were selling cartoon series to all three networks when there were just three networks, which means they turned into their own worst competitors.
Yes.
And the same thing is happening here with Wizards of the Coast. They're going to flood the market so much, it's going to have a negative effect.
But how does it have a negative effect other than the collectible card aspect of it? And they don't have a due diligence requirement or a requirement to basically perform on the secondary card market. They have it to their primary product source, and that is, they have a responsibility to the board to perform and to make it as valuable as possible. But what the board, and it ain't the entire board, certain board members are doing, is they're basically suing them, saying you are basically tanking the secondary market by putting out too much product, and that's hurting overall us.
And you know, if they crank out tons and tons and tons of product, they're just devaluating everything.
But the thing is, devil's advocate here. All right. Let's say I invest in your book.
All
right. And you're putting out one book every 6 months. And then all of a sudden you start putting out a book every month. Are you really devaluing the brand? And me as an investor, that's bullshit, because I'm mad because you're flooding the market of your brand. And that's basically what they're saying.
Well, I think it's a saturation issue. I think the fear is, and we've seen this when it comes to RPG releases. If you release it too quickly, people there's only so much money available for people to spend.
Exactly.
Right. So at some point, and when you make new releases for Magic the Gathering, it isn't like old releases disappear. They start sitting on shelves if they don't sell out. And then you have a glut. And this is what we had with the D20 license, if you guys remember.
Yes.
Going back in the day. It was a gold mine until the gold turned to fool's gold.
But you see, you're interesting here. You just said something very, very interesting.
What's that?
Eric just hit the nail on the head here. And that is, what's going on here is that by putting out releases like this, they're glutting the market.
Yes.
But the lawsuit is not talking about, they're bringing up current market a little bit, but their big crux on the lawsuit is the secondary valuation of Magic. And that's the little paragraph there where it kind of goes from here, where Eric's talking, and it starts to subtly switch to, is Hasbro, and I guess that would be the question I'm asking of both of you and the people in chat, does Hasbro have an obligation to help, if possible, the secondary valuation of the Magic market?
Ooh, that's a rough one.
No, that's my opinion.
That's my opinion too. They do not.
No. But they do have an obligation not to glut the market, not because when you do that, when you saturate it, see, part of the reason why Magic is valuable and that it sells well for WotC is the collectible aspect.
Bingo.
I'm gonna do real. When I was younger, when I was like 30 years younger, and I was working retail, Hummels were very valuable, and people would buy it to invest in the future.
That's the problem, right?
And now Hummels are just worth, looking at on the shelf. What you spent $150 for, you'd be lucky to get $25 on the aftermarket, because the market fell apart due to a large part saturation.
Mass saturation.
People who just want to collect it to make a profit off of it.
Well, It's also like the Pops. I remember back in the day, and I collected pops not because of the value. Like as an example, I'm a big Games of Thrones fans. I have above my wall right now, ringing my ceiling, all the Game of Thrones pops. Why? Not because that pop is worth $100 and that one's worth $300 and that one's worth $20. I'm doing it just because I think they're cool.
Yeah.
And I want
Right.
to collect them. It's like the Harry Potter ones. I'll admit it. I like Harry Potter. I collected the Harry Potter pops and the Conan ones and the Aliens ones.
Right. See,
But there's people out there that collect it because they're like, go to eBay. I mean, they go.
Right.
Give me an example.
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies, big time. I remember coming home. No joke. I would come home. My daughters, when they were little, I had a job in North Carolina. I'd fly out there every week, and I worked for a company called Carolina Holdings. We did programming for their software. And on the way home, in the airport, I would grab my kids a Beanie Baby, my daughters, and I'd bring them home a Beanie Baby. Well, that didn't last very long because then you start going to the airport and the Beanie Babies are all gone. It's like, what? Oh, someone came in and bought every one of them today because they became valuable.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are the kind of people that ruin that secondhand market for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They
It's
do
like
it because-
Pokemon cards, those Pokemon kiosks.
Yeah,
You see it on YouTube does videos where people are going and these guys will go in, like if Sam's Club or Costco has a sale on those packs, they'll go and they'll literally buy the entire kiosk full.
Yeah,
It's like
people mention on here, comics were the same way.
mm-hmm.
And another thing that this is when I got out of Magic the last time, was the fact that I didn't like the idea that the tournaments kind of ruined it for me because cards were constantly going out of print. You can't use them and things like that. And everybody wanted to play tournament. So everybody was constantly revising their cards, which is great for WotC.
Right.
But if you're going to be a tournament player, which I was not, but I knew, like Gage played Pokemon. He was a tournament player. Same thing. Cards that go on, they take them off you can't use these. Okay, fine. And then 10 more would come in. And that would, to me, that's like, no,
But
I
that's
just want to play for fun.
But that's the whole nature of the problem I have now with games in general.
Uh-huh.
And again, I'm not doing the grandpa on my front porch yelling at kids, get off my lawn. Don't take it like this.
No,
But
that's me.
back in the day, I remember I would go and I would buy D&D as an example, not because I wanted to maybe buy one and keep it pristine and one have it for my gaming.
Uh-huh.
I worry just about my gaming. And nowadays it's becoming, well, and I bow my head in shame when I talk about this, but I remember back probably early 2000s, late 90s, I had a wood grain box that I sold in a garage sale. And I got like $50 out of it. And I was like, yes, a wood grain box of D&D. Nowadays, that box goes for how much? Thousands?
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's the whole point, because what happened is people are turning it like magic. It has turned into a business. Pokemon, a business. And even D&D, OSR stuff is now a business.
Yeah. See, my game collection, I got a pretty big game collection. I've got some priceless stuff in there, like that Deities and Demigods first printing I showed the other show, and other things signed by people. But I use them. I don't serve them. I use them.
Well, also you get into like you said, you use them, but like I got accused I literally got accused by a game shop several years ago because I brought a D&D manual in, and everyone knows what I'm talking about, and it had a red inside cover page. Do we know what that is, guys?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, and the guy accused me of printing it and faking it because there's no such game. And I'm like, you're a game shop. This guy had a massive OD&D section, classic D&D. You don't know what that manual is? Yeah. I'm not even saying the title on purpose because everybody in here knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
And the
Right.
thing is, but that's the problem. That manual alone now garners attention.
Mhm.
It's collectible. People immediately go, not the fact that, oh, that's a cool book. They go, do you know how much that's worth?
Right.
And that's the problem with what's going on with Hasbro is, and I really don't want these board members to win. I want them to lose against Hasbro. And the reason why is because I think this will set a very dangerous precedent across the board.
All right, but now
Well,
Sovereign Wolf makes a point here. It goes, it wasn't so much the secondary market; it was
No
fraud
problem.
about stocks.
Let me
Now,
find it.
it's the last couple of comments.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I watched the Eiderschloss, and what was alleged is that in quarters where D&D and Magic sales were light,
Hmm.
suddenly there was another. Let's throw in another release of Magic to pump the numbers up. Now, is that manipulation of their profits? Well, they're making a profit. I don't know if you can manipulate profits, but it was a very interesting graphic that you showed when it showed the number of Magic releases,
Hmm.
and it steadily went up every year until like 2025, where it fell off the chart. Yes, they're printing money. They are making gold out of nothing. Again, my worry would be you're going to saturate the market because, yes, people will buy until it pops. And I think that that is the issue because once it pops, what happened with the D20 implosion? If you're a kid my age, you remember the DC explosion. It was 3 months in the summertime where DC Comics went from 35 cents to 50 cents, and they added extra pages, and it lasted 3 months because
Yeah.
the extra their market shrank because there's a limited amount of funds to be spent on comic books at that age, and going from 35 cents to 50 cents meant you were buying less. I got a sneaky suspicion that Magic is going to hit that point if it hasn't already.
Mhm.
And the issue is, and let's just remember this one too,
Mhm.
when it comes to corporate business, a retraction on profits is essentially a loss. And at some point, you always got to show a profit, right? You always got to show you're getting
Oh, yeah.
more profit. You're going to hit that point, which legitimately you're not going to be able to maintain that pace. And I think the
That's right.
fear is, aside from Monopoly Go,
Mhm.
the big money driver for Hasbro, not just the Wizards of the Coast division, Hasbro is Magic the Gathering these days
Yep.
because physical toys are retreating. Right, that's just part of the market because kids are turning more digital,
Yep.
and it's a lot of those physical toys are being bought by people like us who go, "Oh yeah, I want the new Transformer thing for my shelving." Kids are playing with that less, or they need less because much of their time is on the computer, on the tablet, on the phone, whatever.
Also, in the secondary market, the collectors, it hurts when they start flooding the market
It
because it
does.
devalues your collection.
Well, and I think I wouldn't have made that argument if I was the stockholders because there's no obligation to the secondary market except for the fact
Right.
that the secondary market is what is driving sales of stuff to a large extent right now.
Right.
I'm going to gamble. I'm going to get the new ultra rare, and my $10 purchase is going to be worth 150. That is going to be an issue when you've saturated it.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. I got a PM by somebody
Mm.
that literally just told me via PM, why are you guys fighting online with each other? I want to clarify something here for everybody watching this, okay? The purpose of the vlog of many things is exactly this. It's discourse. Eric is going to have a different opinion than I have. Glenn's going to have, I'm going to have. And this is why we do this show, is because I want Eric to be able to disagree with me or Glenn, and vice versa. We talk things out like adults. Eric is not going to agree with all of my points. Okay. And I'm not going to agree with all of Glenn's or Eric's.
No, because we all come at this from different perspectives, different experiences. And honestly, listen, if there's an edition war, which even an edition war, we're going to end this, and we're going to be right back to talking on Facebook throughout the frickin' day.
Yep.
It doesn't.
But that's something, though, people need to understand. It's very important here, is that the whole purpose of this show, and we've talked about this before, is I wanted to do a show, and originally was Eric and Tom, but now Glenn. We've all agreed that part of the appeal is one of the problems in the gaming sphere, I think, is the fact that too many people create their little islands. And they have a rule. Either you will agree with me or I'm kicking you out of my group, or this or that. I'm the opposite, and so is Eric and Glenn. Guess what? The purpose of this show, like Eric's show even, and even Glenn on his show, was we want discourse. We want people, like Dungeons & Dragons discourse.
Yeah.
We want people to come on the show and disagree with us. That's why we do interviews like with Ken Whitman. That's why before I did my video, I offered Ken to come on the show. I want people's opinions, and so does Eric and Glenn. So just to clarify, everybody, and to the person who messaged me, I appreciate the question, but there's the long form answer.
Well, it'd be a very boring show if Don goes, and this is what's happening. Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Preaching to the choir.
Goodbye, folks. Nice to see you.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, and Fred nails it. Wow, people can have disagreements and be friends. Who would have thought? Me, Eric, and Tom and Glenn disagree about much.
Yes.
But we're adult enough and friend enough to respect the other person's opinion. And by the way, if you guys don't agree with me, you guys ain't coming back on next week.
Yeah. Go pounds.
Yeah, and I'm stupid enough to get along with everybody. So. I always take it from the secondary, market.
Yeah.
Even though I do buy new, and I get hit. I get hit double with the gaming and the movies. Same thing.
Yeah.
If the studio, like, for instance, one of the biggest collectible movie out there, because it has been off the market so long, was the film Dogma.
Oh, wow.
Can I offer a really, I sinned. I have a confession to make.
What?
I've never seen the movie.
Neither have I. But,
oh, wow.
Well,
Glenn has not seen an older movie?
No, but I've heard everybody talk about it. But like I said, it was going for hundreds of dollars on eBay. Recently, Arrow Video just released I'm
screenshotting this shit.
a collectible version, and now everybody who bought it for like hundreds are going like, "You're devaluating my collection." Well, that's going to happen. It's going to happen in movies. It's going to happen in games. It's going to happen all over. I mean,
Fuse Blower says a physical altercation would bring more viewers. Actually, me and Eric are going to go ahead and mud wrestle in Jello and peanut butter at WizardCon.
I might turn up to see that.
Can it be like smooth peanut butter, not crunchy?
Yeah, not crunchy.
Yeah, not crunchy. That's gonna.
Yeah, I'll be there sitting there selling my books. I said, "Okay, would you like me to sign the book or punch you?"
Punch me, please. Punch me. I want to be punched.
But the thing is that's the problem, though. I think, and would you guys agree or disagree? I think the internet, has exacerbated the secondary market on collectibles on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I know.
And I admit, it's. I have games and modules that I really want to buy for my collection that I'm missing, but I just can't justify buying them for the cost just so they can sit on my shelf and I got them.
That's the reason why I collect Tunnels and Trolls. It's a limited market.
Yep.
Well, it's a limited market until somebody sees the market and then it explodes, But Douglas Pearson says Glenn probably hasn't seen Dogma because they probably drink Coke rather than Pepsi. Rock and rye. Rock and rye.
Yeah.
Rock and rum and rye.
Rock and
Yes.
roll.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I can't stomach that. Trust me, I can't stomach
Listen,
her.
Disney Song of the South, I own it. Okay, it isn't hard to find.
It is. I'll say it's harder because it's not officially a release. It's pretty much a bootleg.
Okay, I got a question for my two co-hosts and also for everybody in chat. Okay, no matter what you collect, what is your holy grail item? That one item that if you could have endless amounts of money and you could have it for your collection, what would that one item be?
That
I'm making people think here.
is a puzzle. The gaming, I got everything I want, and I believe me,
Liar!
I got
Nobody has everything they want in gaming. Shame. Ding.
Shame.
Shame.
Ding, ding.
But how about you, Derek? What's your whole?
All right. Well, the thing I'm most proud of in my collection is
Sorry, Matt's an ass. Thank you for rubbing it in. I got Dragon number 1.
For me, what I currently have that is the pinnacle of my collection is Ken St. Andre's personal play copy of TNT Second Edition,
Nice.
signed by Ken.
Interesting.
So that is my pinnacle. Now, what would I want? Hey, yeah, first print wood grain box. Sure, I would love it. I don't need it. Okay.
We're not talking about what you need. We're talking about what you want.
I know. I would love it, but it wouldn't excite me as much as. See, part of the excitement is finding the item. Okay, when I got my Empire of the Petal Throne, still in wrap. Wrap was screwed up, but still in wrap. Box was a little screwed up, but still in wrap. That was exciting. What was more exciting was actually taking the wrap off and looking at the pristine, never before read or opened internal contents.
You're welcome, Matt.
So,
I'm going to go off the movies and go back into gaming. See, the thing is, there's like 2 or 3 things that were like my, this is the pinnacle of my collection. This is the holy grail and stuff like that I've got.
Mm-hmm.
What I have, I'll tell you what. 2. I'll give you 2. 1, the Rule Cyclopedia.
You don't have one?
I do have one.
Okay.
In fact, I've had 3. I've given away more Rule Cyclopedias than I can think of, but I've got one here that is my pride and joy. I've got all of the Mystara Gazetteers, including the box set. That was a holy grail, and that was a big deal. I'll even give you a third one. The Magic Encyclopedia. I can't think of it. I'm 68. What do you want? But the second edition, you know what I'm talking about, Eric. The 4-volume.
yeah.
The second edition.
Encyclopedia Magica.
Thank you, Encyclopedia Magica, because to me it's second edition, but it is so much more valuable to any edition.
And I think that's exactly what it's all about. Is what is it to you personally?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have 2 holy grails. I have one, and it was an unexpected holy grail. And that is last summer I went down to Tim's house and I was helping him a little bit. And Tim gave me a copy of Castle Gygax.
Wow.
His personal copy, box set, pristine. And he even wrote he opened up the box and he opened a nice note to me in front of it and put the date on it. And that will always be in my collection. That is my holy grail, unexpected holy grail.
Yeah.
As far as grails, though, because I do model building and I also do game design and collecting, I have a side grail with model building, and that is the 5-foot-long Millennium Falcon. I want to make one, and sadly, I have one I just got hired to do from an attorney here in Michigan, and I got a problem. Because I know it's going to happen. I'm going to make it for her. and I'm going to want it. And then I got to approach my wife and go, it's only 5 feet long.
Like it's like furniture.
Yeah. But there's lots of holy grails for me, like for gaming, like true holy grail for gaming is of,
There's nothing, I guess. Oh,
okay, I kind of disappeared and hopped out. Eric, you run the show.
What?
I guess you're top. Don't know what happened.
No. Just betray me.
But my holy grail is more of a collection. I would love to have one of every single AD&D and basic module.
okay.
I would just like to have every one of them. And I always have this fantasy eventually get my own man cave, and I'd like to have them like face first on the wall, like on shelves where they're all visible.
Right.
That'd just be so cool.
Wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be. Oh, real quick. Chupa says, I would love a Darlene map to frame without the gold. I think it means grid lines. I think they do that.
I'd take it with the grid lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, as far as movies go, usually lately it's been the stuff I want I can only find on bootleg. So, you know.
But collecting is just that. I mean, look at people commenting. I mean, it's really across the weird gambit of what's precious to you as a collector.
Yeah.
You know, like Eric has something that he isn't talking about, but he touts it all the time, and I know it's precious to him. And that's Eric's 9/11 bottle of booze.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I actually have two. Hid the other one from me because she expects me to finish this one off. Got to keep on.
But the thing is, that's the thing about collectibles. I know why that's precious to Eric partially, because Eric's an ex-NYPD cop. He was there for 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to hate me saying this, but Eric is really one of those heroes that went out there and helped out when needed. You know, and you are a real hero doing that type of shit, Eric.
Thank you.
Well,
You're welcome.
I'd like to see the secondary market kind of powered by people who collect stuff that means something to them.
Yes. Oh my God, I am blessed.
So am I.
But my wife collects fragrances, and fragrances take up less space. Thank God. If the little bottles were the size of a game book, we'd be needing a new house.
I got lucky with my wife. It's like my wife, I met her, keep in mind my wife's history. She grew up on a cattle farm. My wife was farm girl.
So's mine.
Up. Yep. But now it's like she got into my model building and she literally wants me to build her 1/16 scale German Tiger tanks. That's her thing. She loves them.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And she allows me to put them in the living room. I'm allowed to put them in the living room. She's a blessing. I'm so lucky. Here I am. I thought I was going to have beef shoved in my face all my life, and she likes tiger tanks.
We could have a nice TV and a Blu-ray player in the living room. I am not allowed to keep any movies in the living room.
Oh.
Why do I have to go all the way to the other side of the house to get what I want to watch?
Do you have your own TV in that room, though?
Now it's okay because the TV and the player is right over there. She uses it. She has no problem with it because she knows I've got them. I have to have them here.
Why not in the other room where your DVDs are at? Get a small TV and just have that as your TV room.
Well, that's the idea for this year. But this used to be in the living room, and it's like, no, I don't want your stick. Get your stuff out of here. And it's like, this is where I watch it.
Now to stir some shit, Scale Forge manufacturing. A 5-foot Millennium Falcon is not easy when you're limited to 250 by 250 by 250. She knows what I'm talking about. That's bed size. You can only print 250 by 250 by 250.
Okay.
It's a little geekery. Sorry. Fuse Blower says, I got really lucky with the wife stuff. Never got one. I'm free.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm blessed with my wife. Sorry, I got to tote my wife. My wife absolutely is a gem of a wife and woman. She supports my hobbies. She tolerates me. That alone gives her a gold star.
I mean, listen.
Well, I got to tell you,
I am a picky individual. All right, and I've
never would have
over
known
the years, but to make that commitment. I didn't get married until 2011, so it's 14 years now. First marriage for me, first marriage for Rach.
Crazy. You got married in 2011. So did I.
Yeah.
May.
Well, we were November.
This is crazy. Glenn, when were you married?
2000.
Look at that. All little 2000 babies here.
You know, I've had 3 wives and a girlfriend, and my current one's the only one who doesn't care for the nerd stuff.
Huh?
The nerd stuff.
Yeah. The
Question for you, Glenn. What is a hobby that your wife partakes in? Just curious.
That's a good question.
Because my wife
I've been
does like
telling her to have
sewing and knitting.
well, she does stuff like she likes to do, like Etsy. And
Yeah, but what does she do on Etsy? Like, what does she do?
she sells her oils and spices. And
Okay, so she's into. That's right. Your wife, time for shameless plug, sells a certain spice mixture, right?
and oil mixture now.
What is it?
Honey, what was the name of that?
What?
It's Okie Moon.
Okie Moon.
Yeah.
Glenn, and it's available on Etsy.
Etsy. Yes.
What is your wife's shop name? Maybe somebody'd like to go over there, do a shameless plug here, help my friend out.
Rebecca Hallstrom.
Rebecca Hallstrom.
Or Becky.
Is that with CCA or KKA?
CCA.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Etsy, Rebecca Hallstrom, search her out, sells awesome spices. I think I was given to him secondarily by somebody else.
Eric knows that.
Yes.
He's had the spices.
Yeah.
Yes. Douglas Pearson says, New Holy Grail, 1936 songs for the philologists. One was Tolkien. Only 12 or 13 copies exist.
Whoa.
I got a feeling that's a lot outside my price range. No? When you guys are buying it for me?
No.
Fine.
My price range too.
I can barely get to your con. Come on. Break here.
Doug Pearson says, I've been happily married since 1982, and she puts up with my RPG and fantasy and sci-fi habit, which she does not participate in. Truly a blessing.
That's
Any wife that supports it. Go ahead, Glenn. Sorry.
No, to her, it's like, I have to support it. I have no choice. Because that's what I'm doing. I mean, I remember when we first met, like in 99 or something like that, over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing she said, we talked, and I said, okay, I'll email you tomorrow. I have a D&D game to go. And the next thing I get is like, you said you had a D&D game, a Dungeons and Dragons game to go to. Are you okay with that? Are you sure? She's Midwest, totally, so it's like, do not drag me. I said, it's okay. It's just a game. Do not drag me down that path, please. I avoided it the first time it went around because I was in California, so we didn't get that. But now I have to deal with it. No.
Now, Glenn, real quick, your wife does not come to you to convention, does she?
No, she did. The first couple of North Texases, she did, but then she.
Okay.
Well, it was in the Dallas area because she used to live in Dallas and work at Texas Instruments, so she had a lot of old friends she can see.
Gotcha. Okay.
But after the second one, it's like, go ahead, you go. So now I got my grandson going with me. So,
hey, Gage is going to have a blast at WizardCon. We're going to make him welcome. We're going to make him really feel welcome.
Gage isn't coming to WizardCon.
Who's coming to WizardCon with you?
Just me.
I thought you were bringing one of your grandkids or something.
No. That's the other 2 cons. I don't have.
Oh, okay. So basically, the other two cons are good enough, but not my convention. I see how this is now.
Well, you want to put up another airline ticket for him? That's okay.
I don't put out for anybody I don't know.
Well, you don't put out.
That was pretty good. I kind of segued into that. Come on, give me credit.
I'm sure he would come. He would come if I asked him if he could afford it. But he
yeah.
So
I understand WizardCon is a little bit outside the. Oh, I'm.
Well, you know what? If I'd have thought about it, and I could have, because he's kind of between jobs right now, we could have driven. He could have done all the driving.
Bingo.
Too late now.
You know what, though? To do a call out, we did have a very generous fellow gamer, and that's what this community is, help out with plane tickets.
Go on.
No, we had a fellow gamer help you out with plane tickets.
Yes.
Yes, and I asked him about it just to make sure it was okay. But that's the whole point. This community helps out, and what's really going to help out is your GoFundMe. Then is also going to help with those tickets and help with other things that you need.
Yeah.
And that's how this all kind of melds together. And
And
everybody,
I'm still
just-
I'm still going to hold on GoFundMe for $1,000 because
yes,
whatever I don't use here, I got 2 more cons to go to. So that's going to set me up for the year for all the cons.
well, that's going to set you up for the cons, but it also gets you things like your traveling money you need to do. You got to be able to eat. You got to be able to
Right. That's what I
move
said. Most,
around. Yes. That's like us. We'll provide you the hotel room. We're trying to help out as much as we can because I
appreciate
want you to be able to come to the convention. But then again, as a convention organizer, giving special guest hotel rooms is kind of like the basics, people.
Yep.
Not
I'm
that
just-
other
I'm just-
conventions don't do that.
I'm just learning that.
Yes.
I mean,
Ryan Nicola says, my wife learned Pathfinder 2E just to have another activity to share. So that's cool. She learned something so she could interact
that
with
is so
you.
nice. That is.
Yes, that is.
See, I've had 3 wives and a girlfriend. And aside from Becky, the other 2, I got them into gaming and they loved it. You
Mhm.
know, in fact, I talked to my ex-girlfriend before Christmas, and she said, well, yeah, I used to game. I don't do much anymore, but she got into like White Wolf.
Oh, that's a blast from the past.
Ooh. Vampire and what it's like. Yeah, you're the kind of person that loves that crap. But hey, you're gaming, so I'm happy.
Glenn, question.
Yo.
Douglas Pearson says, just wondering, Glenn, where is your GoFundMe right now? Let me pull it up. I'll put it in comments, Glenn.
It's over there in the corner. But yes,
Hold on.
please. Thank you. But thank you.
Yep, you're fine. Let me.
See, to me, my relationship to Don right now is like, thank you.
We're
I
not
don't
worthy.
mind
We're not worthy.
Thank you. You're my publisher. You're letting me go to the con.
What this is even if I'm not your publisher, it's one gamer helping out a friend to get what they need.
Right.
I understand. You don't know how big you are to me right now because the whole book thing was to me still kind of freaky because I never thought that
it's a process. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know how many people out there who do write who want a publisher that they have to work, and I just happened to stumble on you, and I am so grateful.
Thank you, Glenn.
I mean, you're chef's kiss.
I appreciate it. But keep in mind one thing: it's honorable to me to have you allow me to do it. I'm grateful to you because I know what it is to trust somebody with a book. That's a big thing. That's your baby.
And I got like Bruce and a couple other people who do write that want. So I'm trying to pay it forward by, hey, I got a guy, Don. Why don't you talk to him?
And that's the best way that you can go ahead and pay me back is spread my name about and do.
Yeah.
Doug Pearson says in my college D&D group of about a dozen people, circa 1980, 2 couples got married. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You know what my one of my favorite memories of one of my wives is my second wife, the one that had a daughter from another guy. I got them into D&D. This is like one of the few things I like about her. And I think I ran a game for a group. We had a group. We had the first group. Next day we were in Denny's, and they kept talking about what would happen with their characters between games and they were talking about what's going on with their characters outside the games. It's like,
yep,
there you go.
Whoa, this was like blowing my mind, absolutely blowing it. It was crazy. That showed me that's the first time it showed me the power of gaming.
Yeah, there's something about the idea of a game that continues, right? It's a game that you think it.
Mhm.
And listen, we've had it with other games, diplomacy, which has ruined more friendships, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I did that a little bit in college, and after like 3 rounds, I was like, I'm dropping out. Like, why? Because I'm gonna kill my friends, and this isn't good.
I don't want to go to prison for life.
Yeah.
But gents, I gotta run.
But Eric, real quick, you got to
Yeah.
go. I know you got to scoot, but real quick, Eric.
Yeah.
You got some shows coming up this week. What's on the plate for Wednesday, tomorrow night?
I don't know if we have a special guest tomorrow night at 8. Then we have our show
Thursday,
at 8, and then we have another show with the three of us
Thursday, Friday.
on Friday.
And
Game
then
of Health on Saturday. I think Sunday is free.
No. Saturday is Gamers Health. Sorry.
And by the way, Monday nights Joe is kicking off and Swords of Wizardry Complete campaign every other week. Are we
Joe the lawyer.
Yeah, sorry, Joe the lawyer. Are we broadcasting it? I don't think so. It would be fucking hilarious if we did. But
I'm gonna sit back if it was. I'm gonna drink beer and just watch it and laugh my ass off.
It's right now. It's Joe running it, me, Matt Jackson, who's a pisser, and by the way, we've been busting his balls now because he got married in the last 2 years and had no life, and I guess now the leash is loosened, and Tim Short. So we'll see.
Okay. And
all right, folks.
Eric, thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, man.
I'll see you Thursday, Eric.
Yeah.
Have
The
a
show
plan,
is special.
Jen. Everybody,
Sir.
continue watching them.
All right.
We will. Also, no, I was just thinking, I asked you this before the show. We will possibly have a George DeRosa on the show, who is with, it happens again, the Arduin people. I'm just going to say that.
The Arduin people.
Yes. Emperor's, sorry, George. Sorry, Jeff.
Yep. And Fuseball real quick says Risk is a pretty good table flipper too.
Oh yeah.
No joke. I used to play Risk with my brother-in-law James all the time. He got so pissed off one day, he literally took the table. It was a card. We were on like a little flimsy card table. He literally took the card table and did one of those classic movie grab and just threw it.
Wow.
That was the last time I ever played Risk in a card or table game with that guy.
I think to me, Risk is probably the game I would play the least. I
love Risk. I love the game. Axis and Allies and Risk. Love the game.
Thank you, Edgelord. Emperor's Choice. That's the company I was trying to think of.
Yep.
They've always been good to us. They love us. They've been on the show. We push them. I got everything they practically published, except for the new one thing.
That's cool.
They've sent me the books. They sent me these huge maps that I should put around here.
Get some ambiance.
Ambiance. See, I don't do ambience very well because basically, aside from when she's watching TV, I'm the only one in here. It's like nobody's going to see this stuff if I put it up.
But you see it. You enjoy it. It's like my computer room here. I've got like right there. I've got my world map. I've got the thing that Darlene gave me right here. She gave me a nice signed map, nice little thing. I got my Yoda right here. And then here is my one that I won at TotalCon last year. That's the 1-of-1. Diesel signed it and drew it. That's only one available and that big. And that's it. I own it. And I got pictures of him with it and everything. And by the way, I occasionally get cash offers for that. Never for sale. That will always be in my collection.
Wow, great.
I have very few 1-of-1s.
My favorite, my friend Jimbo, we used to game Mondays in his basement. Now we're all online, but he had a big table and everything like that. And he would go to like North Texas and buy prints framed and, put them up there. But I made like a 4-page huge map of my world, Earth. He hung it up. And it's like, whoa, thank you.
Douglas Pearson, real quick, says, Don, ever play Risk on a map of Conan's Hyborian Age? It's fun. I have never done that.
Really?
That's actually a pretty cool idea, is to do alternate maps and play Risk with it.
The only Risk that intrigued me was they came out with a Lord of the Rings version.
Yeah, they did.
I can't remember which one. There was two. One of them, it was like you were doing the usual Risk stuff, trying to get the continents, but at the same time, Frodo and Sam were trying to get to Mordor to dump the ring, and you had to things would happen there that you had to pay attention to while you're trying to conquer the worlds, which I thought, well, that's an interesting little variation.
Yeah, and real quick, Glenn, you mentioned something above that kind of got my ears tweaking, and that is, okay, you have a campaign, you have a world, a map. I've seen it for your world.
Yep.
You know what we should do? And I thought about doing this as a side project. For model building, I put out a book every few years, and it's basically a compilation of people online give me their pictures of their model. And what I do is I take it, I do a little thing about them, about their model, yada, yada, yada. And then I take all the proceeds and I'll do like a charity. I'll donate them like Kids for Models or something.
Sure.
I think would be a cool idea is to do a larger book, like a 8.5 by 11, but do 11 by 8.5, like a coffee table book, and do it where people, gamers, my fellow gamers, submit their map, a little bit about their world, a little bit about themselves, and we do a full color tabletop book.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And basically we do that, and then we donate the money to something that is gamer related, like a charity or something.
Right. Kind of like when they do that
I think I'm going to make a post on social media and ask everybody who would be interested in donating. It's not a cash thing. I'm not asking for money. It would be literally the only thing you're giving me is permission to post images of your map, about you, about your world, a little draft up, and boom. As a matter of fact, this is what they look like real quick. This is one I did for aircraft and stuff. It's just models in general, and I do them in full color, and they're basically, about the model, a little bit about, who did it and all of that. And basically it's legit, and it goes on social, goes up on Barnes & Noble, Amazon and such.
Right.
And again, the whole purpose of it is to help out. I think that'd be really cool for maps, or even if you it doesn't got to be a campaign world. It can be like a city map or a village map, just a map that you use for your own games that you created. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Anyone got an opinion about?
Send it to us. Send your opinions or do it, whatever.
Yeah, to thevlogofmanythings@gmail.com, or you can message me in any way, form, fashion that you find me on social media. Drop me a message if you'd be interested in doing it, because I would really love to do something like that that's gaming related.
That'd be fun.
Or you can submit either a map or a NPC for a game, something different, something uniquely different that follows around. But I think really maps would be cool.
Maps are always fun.
A campaign world, a simple village, a city, maybe a map of a dungeon level or a map of your castle. Just a map. Yeah, Edgelord King, thank you. I'm doing this.
Grab something real quick. Let me show you something.
Sure.
It has to do with maps. And if I don't kill myself trying to get it.
I'm going to write this down.
You ever seen these books?
Hold on a second. What book?
You ever seen these books?
Yeah.
I got 2 of these. These are gold. If you've ever cracked one open.
What's the size of it? It's a big one. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Have a map book, open up where just on the edge. Yes, but on the edge there, Glenn, on the side, have like a photograph of, let's say you submitted the book, a map.
Right.
You'd have your photo, a little bit about the map maker, and then about that map, a little something about it.
Right.
Just a couple paragraphs.
And these are all gridded too. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes. I'll
Oh,
tell you what would be really cool
goes
is you
on and
submit
on.
with it is
I got this on the Kickstarter. I paid like $60 for 2 of these. These go
Nice.
at $50 each.
Yeah, Brooklyn was Scaleforge. She's in 2 of them. She submitted to 2 of my books. I do multiple books.
And they lay flat too. That's the nice thing about it.
Yes.
You just plop that on the table, put the miniatures on there, and go.
Yeah.
But
and
that's
yes,
the thing you're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the presumable question that's going to be asked eventually is, yes, they'd be available in PDF too.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
You got to be able to have printed out as you need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever since the internet started and the PDF started, I got to have whatever I have on the shelf. I got to have a PDF.
Exactly, Fuse Blower. I think Fluseborough was the one that did mention the Egg Tiger earlier, but yes, yeah, I think he was the one who did that.
Oh, stuff we could do and do and do. It's great.
But the idea is also I'd want to know from people, if you're going to message me, do you have an idea for a universal charity that we could give money to? Because I'm not out to make money off this, guys. I'm not out to profit from people. Right. I'm looking to do something that's fun for the community.
Right.
And the whole purpose was my book for the models was there was so many people online, you see them crop up going, I submitted my book to Model Magazine. They didn't accept it. It wasn't good enough. And it was like, my thought was, wait a minute here. You deserve to see, what's wrong with seeing your book and writing? I want to help my fellow model builders out. So why not help out my fellow creators and get their stuff into print? But they're not helping me by giving me money. That money's going to a worthwhile charity. So just my idea. So I'm going to run with it. I'm going to be doing this. This is fun. I think I could get enough people.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And your map would be in it because you got a cool map.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I've got something to show you when we're off the air.
Sure.
But yeah, that'd be great.
But speaking of, we're at an hour now.
Yes, we are.
So we should probably get things wrapped up. It's going on 2:00 here in Michigan. I actually have things I have to go run and do. But everybody, we have had a lively chat. We've had at one time, I think we had 39 people in watching. So thank you very much. A couple things real quick. Buy Glen's book, When the Fat Orc Sings. It's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Also,
Walmart.
Maybe. They're being wishy-washy now on it, which is Walmart. I'm not giving them books for $1.25 a piece. Ain't freaking happening.
That's Walmart for you.
Yep. But real quick, everybody, please, no matter what, whether you're at, like and subscribe, whether you're on the Thevlogofmanythings, Eric's channel, or Glen's. Like I said, hit that like and subscribe. You help us out. Appreciate everybody in chat. It is because of you guys, and I say this a lot, but it's true. Without the chat, we would be online for 10 minutes talking. Glen is disappearing now.
Huh.
Glen, welcome back.
Hey,
yep. So everybody, again, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Don, and below me is
see you, folks. It's old
Glen.
man Grognard.
All right. But again, everybody, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Check out Eric's live tomorrow night, 8:00 in 10 Cars Tavern. Thursdays, the vlog of many things at 8:00 on this channel. And then on Friday will be Dungeons & Dragons: The Discourse.
Triple D.
Triple D,
yeah.
Which is going to be Eric, me, and Glen, and who knows who else. And everybody, again, thank you for tuning in. Please watch my social media. I'm going to be doing it to Glen's stuff and also Eric's on 10 Cars Tavern's page. I'm going to be doing this map book. I think that would be a really cool thing.
Don't forget my GoFundMe.
Hit Glen's GoFundMe. It's in the chat comments. Matter of fact, I think I can go ahead and recopy it. I think that's it. Yep, there it is. GoFundMe. So, everybody, thank you very much.
Folks.